Good morning. My name is Leslie Ginsberg-Klein, the Dean and Chief Academic Officer at Gratz College. On behalf of the Board of Governors of Gratz College, college administration, program directors, and faculty, I would like to welcome you to the 126th Commencement ceremony. We are honored to celebrate the achievement of today's graduating class, and we invite you to please silence your cell phones as we begin today's celebration. Gratz is a college with students from all over the world. Today, we have 106 students graduating from across the country, some as close as around the corner, while others join us from Minnesota, Washington, Texas, or even Canada. We are thrilled to welcome those graduates who are able to attend in person and those from around the world who are watching us via live stream. Whether here, in person, or virtual, we are so happy you could be a part of this celebration. To begin the program, it is my privilege to introduce Rabbanit Alyssa Thomas-Newborn, Director of Gratz College's new chaplaincy program, which launches this fall. A board-certified chaplain, educator, and respected spiritual leader, Alyssa has dedicated her career to providing compassionate care and guidance to individuals and communities. I would like to invite Alyssa to offer today's invocation.
We all come into this world with a name. It's a name that we do not choose, but that is given to us, ideally as a blessing for our future or as a connection to our past. I invite you to take a moment to remind yourself of your name and its meaning. We also take on new names, nicknames, even roles like mother, father, grandparent, friend, teacher, or student. In the Torah reading this week, there is a moving moment when Moses changes Joshua's name in preparation for his journey. In doing so, Moses models that we can bless each other with new names, specifically as we embark on new paths. Today, we celebrate our graduates and bless you as you actualize the work you have done to expand your role and impact. You are embarking on new jobs, fulfilling callings and missions, adding new letters to your names. You are a graduate with a PhD, a master's, a credential that empowers you to lead. Your name is changing as your new journey begins. And so we begin the celebration of your accomplishments with a blessing for you as well. May you use your knowledge and all you have gained from the Gratz community to elevate, improve, and bring goodness to our world. May you feel supported and inspired to share your unique voice and wisdom. And in your new role as a leader, through your name change, may you be a source of blessing, support, and empowerment to others. Let's have congratulations.
Thank you, Rabbanit Alyssa. It is my honor now to introduce Dr. Zev Eleff. Dr. Eleff is the 12th president of Gratz College and professor of American Jewish history. Under his stewardship for the past 5 years, Gratz has grown in both students and degree programs. He is the author or editor of 15 books and more than 200 scholarly articles in the field of American Judaism. Dr. Eleff.
Welcome. I confess that I approached today's purpose with more than a modicum of confusion. Gratz is truly at an interregnum stage. To say the least, we are in the middle of things. Over the past few years, thanks to the efforts of many, many people, we have grown in size and in stature. But we also have designs on new programs and on reaching many more students. Not long ago, Gratz departed a campus that we had occupied for some 4 decades. In just a few weeks, we will complete construction on a new site, our 6th ever campus in Bala Cynwyd. By contrast, commencement usually signals either the beginning or the end of something. It doesn't usually indicate in between. In the middle of things is not a popular commencement theme. For many, commencement is a tipping point that signals conclusion. For others, somewhat counterintuitively, it marks the start of something. In the arena of American colleges and universities, produces about 5,000 commencement exercises each year. Among them, a considerable number will feature at least one speaker who reminds graduates and their families that commencement means the beginning, not the end. This trite graduation observation is one of the few bonds of ubiquitous shared discourse in American life. The notion that commencement signifies a beginning rather than an ending has become a bipartisan staple of American graduation rhetoric, appearing in addresses by Democratic and Republican political leaders alike. Dwight Eisenhower deployed the cliche in 1957 at Sarah Lawrence College. President Bill Clinton likewise framed commencements, as he did at Morgan State University in 1997, as moments of renewal. My brief remarks, I hope, are a bit less hackneyed. Jewish tradition is a bit more reserved about beginnings. The ancient text known as the Mechilta de Rabbi Yishmael records the following adage: Kol hatchalot kashot. All beginnings are difficult. The proverb appears to be a bit overplayed too. This phrase, one can find it about a dozen times in Talmudic corpus. And the Bar Ilan Responsa project reveals that it appears about 100 times in medieval texts and about 2,000 instances in modern rabbinic literature. But the frequency is an indicator of the wisdom's correctness. Beginnings are very hard. Beginnings are hard because they always offer so much to learn, much more than has preceded us in our situations. Wherever and whenever we begin, we are always already in the middle. And that perhaps is what makes commencement so fitting. Our graduates do not leave Gratz as people who are finished with their mission, nor do they embark on new horizons with only aspirations for fresh beginnings. They leave as people ready to enter the next middle of things, with more learning behind them, more work before them, and more wisdom to carry forward. Our graduates then are well positioned, just like our beloved college. We have accomplished much with a desire to encounter much more. Congratulations to all. It is my dutiful privilege, as it always is, to thank my leaders, my bosses. Gratz is led by a very, very supportive board of governors. David Brawer is our current board chair, has been a mentor, a friend, a retired architect, has been my senior partner in construction and zoning. But more than that, Dave offers us a glimpse into the values of Gratz College, understanding that our community is vast and multi-layered, whether it be for the Jewish community, for the education community, for the Philadelphia, the national or international community. Dave understands, like we all do, that Gratz has something to offer everybody, beginning, middle, or end. And it's my terrific privilege to welcome David Brawer, board chair of Gratz College, to the podium.
Gratz faculty, staff, board members, alumni, graduates, friends, and family. It is my honor to welcome you to the 126th Commencement of Gratz College. I am proud to serve as the chair of the Board of Governors. Today, we honor our graduates' achievement and celebrate your successful completion of a graduate degree. In doing so, we also honor our extraordinary faculty and staff, my fellow board members, President Eleff and Dean Klein. And certainly, not least, we honor, of course, the family, friends, colleagues, and mentors who have supported your success along the way. Commencement, by definition, represent transition. Our graduates begin new chapters of their careers as they reach the important milestone that we reach today. It is a moment of excitement and anticipation. Gratz College, as was just mentioned, is experiencing a similar transition. At last year's commencement, we were saying goodbye to our home of over 60 years on the Mandel campus in Melrose Park. In just a few weeks, we will be moving into our newly renovated facility in Bala-Cynwyd. This will be our 6th campus in Gratz's 135-year history. This new home, with its state-of-the-art facilities, will provide unprecedented opportunities for Gratz to reach more students and to be a vibrant community center. As we move forward with these changes, we are fortunate to have strong leaders and supporters, but more importantly, we are blessed to have incredible students like the ones we celebrate today. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, President Eleff. Thank you, Dave, for your dedication to the Gratz community and for representing our board with such passion and care. It's now our privilege to call upon our alumni speaker, Joshua Bergerson, an alumnus of the EDD program at Gratz College and a dedicated educator. Josh has devoted his career to helping students discover their passions, develop practical skills, and pursue ambitious goals. Through his work in STEM education, he has empowered young people to envision new possibilities for their futures, an embodiment of the transformative power of education. We are honored to welcome him back to Gratz to share his experiences and reflections with this year's graduates.
Good afternoon, President, distinguished faculty, proud families, and most importantly, the Gratz College graduating class. It is an immense honor to stand before you today. It wasn't very long ago, June of 2024 to be exact, that I sat exactly where you're sitting now, except it was in front of my computer screen at our virtual graduation. Feeling the exact mix of relief and anticipation. I earned my Doctor of Education and Leadership from Gratz. After many years of the same struggles and successes I'm sure most of you have experienced. And if my journey over the last 2 years is any indication, I can promise you one thing. The work you did here has prepared you to make lasting, positive changes in your institutions. Before coming to Gratz, I had spent over a decade in the classroom. I knew how to design a lesson plan, how to connect with the students sitting in front of me, but my time at Gratz helped me realize something I didn't realize I was missing, the bigger picture. Gratz forced me to lift my eyes above the whiteboard and look at education as an institution, a vast, historical, complex system. I learned how to analyze the structural blueprints of educational systems, and more importantly, how to move these large institutions forward into the future. That shift in mindset elevated the way I led the Aviation Academy at Frankfurt High School in the Philadelphia School District. Our unique program provides our students the opportunity to learn how to build and fly drones, operate flight simulators, fly real airplanes, and begin their journey toward becoming commercial pilots by earning their private pilot license while they're still in high school. Before Gratz, I would have looked at that program through the 4 walls of my school building. But because of the institutional lens Gratz gave me, I realized that moving a system forward requires integrating resources from the outside world. We pulled the world into our building through partnerships with professional organizations and local nonprofits to better prepare our students to be global citizens. Today, one of our first aviation students is a certified flight instructor who teaches our current high school students how to fly. He is the first of what we hope is many. He represents the vision we must hold for our systems, that the people we serve become ambassadors who break down barriers, ensuring that all underrepresented groups know that the sky is not the limit, it is their starting point. Class, as you step forward into your next chapters as leaders, directors, policymakers, advocates, and advanced practitioners, you will face the weight of your institution. Whatever your field, whether you're leading a classroom, managing a nonprofit, guiding a healthcare organization, or preserving history and advocating for human rights, you will encounter bureaucracy, tight budgets, systemic hurdles, and outside noise. It is easy to get distracted. When those distractions come, I urge you to remember one thing. Our work must be deeply intentional, and the people we serve must always be the priority. Every policy you write, every grant you pursue, and every institutional decision you make must pass a single, uncompromising test. Is this what is absolutely best for the individuals or communities whose lives are impacted by our leadership? We must continually assess what the people we serve truly need and deserve so that we can equip them to live happy, successful, and meaningful lives. Be intentional, keep humanity at the center of your horizon. And congratulations, class. It's time to take flight. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Josh. Your work really is incredible and inspiring. We will now begin the hooding of our doctoral candidates and the conferring of degrees. Please welcome back to the podium, President Eleff. President Eleff, subject to the completion of all requirements as prescribed by the governors and faculty of Gratz College, these candidates are presented for receipt of bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees with all the associated rights and privileges.
By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, granted to the Board of Governors of Gratz College by the Act of Legislature in 1849, I do hereby confer upon you the degree which you have earned with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining.
We would like to acknowledge all the candidates who have received the Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy degrees and congratulate each of you for your hard work and commitment. Some are here in person while others are joining us virtually. I would like to invite the program directors from the Doctorate of Education Leadership Program and the Holocaust and Genocide Studies PhD program, Dr. Donna Guerin and Dr. Ayal Feinberg, to come forward and assist in the hooding. The doctoral hooding ceremony is an academic tradition that dates back to the medieval universities of Europe, where academic dress was first standardized. The hood, originally worn for warmth, evolved into a symbol of scholarly achievement, with its colors and design indicating the wearer's institution and field of study. Today, the hooding ceremony marks the culmination of rigorous study and research, representing a formal recognition of the transition from student to scholar. It holds deep symbolic significance as faculty mentors place the hood on graduates, honoring both individual accomplishment and the shared pursuit of knowledge. Are you ready? We will first call upon those receiving a Doctor of Education Leadership. They will be hooded by Dr. Donna Guerin. Sunshine Feynman. Yael Horowitz. Amanda Kirk. Edwina Latte. Diane Mendel.
Yeah.
Andrew Pellegrino. Allison Resnick. Hilla Tambor. And Tamika Williams. We will now call upon those who are receiving a PhD in Holocaust and Genocide Studies. Dr. Eyal Feinberg will be hooding his students. Moshe Baridis. Michael Denning. Leah Dukes. Orly First. Melissa Michael. Tammy Peterson. Michaela Procopio. So I have a question for all the newly hooded graduates. Is there a doctor in the house? We will now continue with the granting of diplomas for students who have completed their bachelor's and master's degrees. Once again, some are in person while others are with us virtually. Bachelor of Arts in Jewish Studies, Marie Reed. Master of Arts in Human Rights, Amy Silver. Master of Arts in Jewish Professional Studies, Allison King. Phoenix Matarazzo. Yael Silver. Benjamin Weinberg. Master of Arts in Jewish Studies, Zachary Bobbins. Georgia Clifton, Jacqueline Spector Gardner, David Furliger, Emily Hoffman, Simon Raskin, Barry Ryan Tuneman, Master of Arts in Holocaust and Genocide Studies, Jacqueline Barta, Leanne Blazer, Akiva Erazim, Shelby Marie Fechtman, Mindy Margulis Goderer, Susan Cooklin, Emilio Mendelevich, Andra Christine Seapols Minor, Ellie Perlman, Catherine Judith Sayu, Lauren Smith, Anna Marie Smith, Gianna Venturini, Maria, Masters of Education, Maria Anderson, Amber Bachman, Kent Riley Bergen, Joshua Preston Bicknell, Gail Bohensky, Sherry Boisel, Carly Borofsky, Maureen Burke, Carla Marie Cancelleri, Joseph Cawley, Erin Clark, Ariel Cutler, Marla Nicole Detterman, Olivia DePremio, Frida Dweck, Eliana Fishman, Sydney Eliza Foster, Robert R. Frinzi, Amy Goldenberg, Hillary Hargraves Dix, Sean Hartman, Dory Herman, Avital Hochster, Emily Jablonski, Nori Jacobson, Jensen Jose, Adrian Kamatz, Mary Eileen Kirshner, Blair Klump, Catherine Katopoulos, Sophie Love Koval, Alexis Kaylee Kreco, Valerie Krieger, Amy Kuhlman, Hodaya Goykadosh, Dalia Laban, Ashley Sable Lee, Lindsay Mann, Megan Mock, Cecilia McGill, Melissa Meyer, Tammy Miller, Jenna Neary, Laurel T. Wynn, Crystal Achimowski, Crystal Anichimowski, Carrie Peterson, Taylor Morgan Polkowitz, Samantha Rodriguez, Miriam Rushfarg, Paige Rubach, Anna Schack, Devorah Michal Seltzer, Jesse Benjamin Taylor Waldman, Master of Science in Nonprofit Management, Hannah Harriet Ben Abraham Ross, Sarah Middleton Davis, Justin Polk, Doris Singer Zoot, Terry Lynn Travers, Master of Science in Special Education, Moshe Fischel, Michal Bracha Good, Keith Joseph Sisterham, Master of Science in Teaching Practice, Kate Hewen, Kyra Panchison. To our graduates receiving a bachelor or master's degree, please rise. You may now turn your tassels from the right side to the left. You may be seated. Congratulations to all of our graduates. Your determination and passion for being lifelong learners has brought you to this momentous occasion in your educational journey. We are so proud of you. It is my honor now to introduce our student speaker, Leah Dukes, a newly minted PhD in Holocaust and Genocide Studies. Dr. Dukes earned her MA in Holocaust and Genocide Studies from Stockton University and now a PhD in Holocaust and Genocide Studies from Gratz College. Her scholarship and professional practice focus on youth resistance. We are all honored to have Leah share a few words with all of you today.
I am honored to be chosen as the student speaker for Gratz's 126th commencement ceremony. When I was asked to do this speech, I thought that surely they wouldn't pick the anti-authoritarian student who has very little filter and is just riddled with ADHD, but here we are. 90% of the time I'm finding out what I'm gonna say at the same time everyone else is, so here we go. And y'all have like a filter on this, right, for the people at home in case something's come. Okay, all right, just kidding. I had to send them my speech ahead of time, so everybody should know where this should go, unless I ad lib, which that's allowed, right? Yeah, okay, so we're good. All right, all jokes aside, I really cannot thank the faculty and staff of Gratz College enough. That I was chosen to be speaker today is proof of the always constant support that I've received from them during my time as a student here. Gratz is more than a program. It is more than a college. It is a community, a family. It's where the phrase, yes, absolutely, is ever present, and the students are made to feel as if they can do anything and conquer the world. Strictly in a good way, though, no plans for world domination for the class of 2026. My journey at Gratz began in the fall of 2020 when I met Dr. Rice to learn more about the program and see if it was right for me. That meeting lasted 2 hours. I learned about every single aspect of the PhD program in Holocaust and Genocide Studies, and Dr. Rice walked me through scholarship options and answered every question I had, no matter how small or unrelated they seemed to enrolling at Gratz. I ended the conversation by asking her if she thought that it was realistic that someone who had an 18-month-old at the time and was working full-time could be successful in this program. That was the first yes, absolutely, I received at Gratz. Throughout my coursework at Gratz, I discovered that the faculty truly do care for the students, and they don't see us as simply names on a roster. They want to get to know their students more, and they care. It was during my first class that I learned that Dr. Benvenuto and I actually went to undergrad together, and we attended the same class. This trend of getting to know my professors on a deeper level continued as my career at Gratz continued. Shortly after I started, Dr. Rice left and Dr. Ruth Sandberg took over as the interim director of the PhD program. And I can't begin to express enough how amazing she was and how supported I felt by her. She was always available to email, to talk over the phone, to meet up for a virtual meeting to answer any questions that students had. Dr. Sandberg is the definition of yes, absolutely, when it comes to students. About a year into the program, I decided to change my dissertation topic, which is no small decision for a doctoral student. I met with Dr. Sandberg, and I told her that I wanted to research youth resistance during the Holocaust and asked her if she thought that this project was viable and if it would be of interest in the field. And I'm sure you can all guess what she said. Yes, absolutely. She was so supportive and so interested in my topic that it truly motivated me to dive headfirst into this with absolutely no concern that it would not be successful. So it was no question that I wanted Dr. Sandberg to be on my dissertation committee. She always had great feedback during the proposal process, and as I was crafting my final project, she really worked with me. During my defense, she asked me a surprise question that she didn't prep me for, so that was a lot of fun. She kept me on my toes, and honestly, I really just love that she did that, so thank you, Dr. Sandberg. While I had many great interactions with faculty, the one person that I kept going back to was Dr. Marlowe. All of her classes were so interesting, and the way that she presents the material resonated with me. So much so that I decided to change my dissertation topic to deal with youth resistance. So thanks for that, Jenny. I asked her if she would be interested in being my chair for my dissertation committee, to which she said yes, absolutely. She then proceeded to never give me an A in any of her courses that I took. 4 classes, never managed to get anything more than an A-. That's right, Jenny, I counted. I definitely had something to prove to her, though, since I asked her to chair my committee, or maybe since it's pass-fail, I figured this is the last opportunity for her to give me the highest grade possible. We'll never know. And I can't skip Dr. Eyal Feinberg when talking about the faculty, especially since he paid me to say nice things about him today. Dr. Feinberg took over the program just as I was finishing my coursework and starting my dissertation, so I never had the privilege of having him as an instructor, but I did get to experience him as a program director, which was absolutely fantastic. Not very long after he started, he wanted to meet with the doctoral students individually to get a sense of how we felt about the program, to hear any concerns we had about the program for our specific trajectory through it, and even asked if we had any suggestions for improvement. This was the first meeting I had with Eyal, and it lasted about an hour where he grilled me on all kinds of things, and honestly, he hasn't stopped since. Eyal is the king of yes, absolutely. There hasn't been anyone in my college career who has supported me more than Eyal. Wait, I should add the obligatory, my husband has supported me more than anybody else, so thanks, Jeffrey, sorry. Eyal immediately supported my request to integrate public history opportunities into the program, since that is where my particular interests lie. He has put me in touch with people at various museums and public history roles throughout my time at Gratz, and continues to make connections for me, even though I'm no longer his student. While I was working with Jenny on my dissertation, I had a moment of clarity, slight mental breakdown, where I decided that I just couldn't write a book for my dissertation. Fueled by procrastination and again, ADHD, I knew that I would never finish a book. So I asked Jenny if I could instead create a museum exhibition explaining my topic. Jenny said, yes, absolutely. And we immediately set about to come up with a plan to convince Eyal to allow me to do this untraditional method for our program. And I remember that Jenny and I met for what seemed like 6 hours going over how we could convince him and how we could make sure that this is a project that he would say yes to. And that meeting lasted all of, 5 minutes before you said, yes, absolutely. This is such a great project, and I want to bring more things like this to the program. Being a grad student opened a whole series of doors that I believe would have been closed to me otherwise. When I went to job interviews with Gratz on my resume, people recognized it. And that is really what got me into a lot of interviews. Gratz is respected in every institution that I have been a part of since starting here, and it has gotten me into rooms that I've always wanted to be in. When I applied for my job at the Museum of Jewish Heritage, the interviewer was aware of Gratz and understood that me being a student here meant that I'm knowledgeable on content and that I have an excellent education. While working at the museum, I applied for a directorial role and was chosen to be the content expert for the education department and the museum as a whole. And it is because of the stellar education at Gratz College that I was able to obtain this. Every interaction I've had with Gratz staff has been exemplary. Lori Cohen, who stopped traffic for us today, literally put her life on the lines for the students crossing the street, has been a cheerleader of mine for many years and has always been there to congratulate me on any milestone, whether it's personal, professional, large, or small. Mindy Cohen and Mindy Bleckman have been there to support me throughout any and all questions I've had about admissions, scholarships, registration, conferences, finishing up my dissertation, anything. If you have a question, they know the answer to it. I am truly excited to be the student speaker today so that I can tell every single person at Gratz, thank you. Thank you for encouraging every single student that walks through those doors to be the best version of ourselves. Thank you for supporting our dreams. And thank you for always saying yes, absolutely first and figuring out the logistics later. Without you, we students would not be where we are. And I want to include some words from students in my cohort, Drs. Tammy Peterson and Michael Denning. I asked them to tell me what their favorite part of being a grad student was, and they had the following to say. Getting to know my fellow students pursuing their passions and interests has been my favorite part of my time at Gratz. It's clear that Gratz is a very special and important learning environment. Dr. Tammy Peterson. My experience at Gratz was nothing less than amazing, and I will never be able to adequately express my immense gratitude to my teachers and the administration at Gratz for all they did to support and educate me. I have had a life blessed with many years of formal education, and of the many universities I've attended, Gratz has been the best, nurturing, kind, brilliant. My professors were always there for me with guidance, encouragement, and mentorship. Along with my wonderful classmates, these folks make all the difference, and that is Dr. Michael Denning. I want to thank my friends and family who helped me get through this process, especially my husband, Jeffrey, and my son, Knox. Hey, buddy. Hi. Without them, I would not have been able to do this. Thank you to my student cohorts at Gratz. From the beginning, you felt more like friends and family than strangers across the country that I happen to be taking online classes with. We've supported each other through the ups and downs of being doctoral students, helping each other through losing jobs and finding jobs, dissertation struggles, and defense anxieties. You all are truly an amazing group of human beings, and I do hope that we stay in touch and that we can work with each other as much as possible. Thank you to everyone at Gratz for helping me get to where I am today and for allowing every student here not to simply be a faceless number at a university, but a valued member of a program, a community, a family. Thank you for believing in us so much that we have no choice but to believe in ourselves. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Leah. That was wonderful. It is now my pleasure to introduce Naomi Hausman, our Director of Institutional Advancement at Gratz College.
Good morning, Gratz faculty, staff, board members, alumni, graduates, friends, and family. Please join me in applauding once again Dr. Leah Dukes for this heartfelt address and for representing truly what makes Gratz both unique and exemplary. Today, on the occasion of Gratz's 126th commencement, I am proud to say that I am part of this historic institution that in its 131st year continues to lead and innovate. And it is you, our extraordinary students, who are at the center and heart of it all. And now it is my honor and privilege as the head of institutional advancement to welcome each and every one of you as treasured members of the Gratz alumni community. Welcome. And just a few brief words, because I'm standing in between you and cake and celebration and balloons. Just want to say, as you move forward in your careers and lives, stay connected. Keep us apprised of your achievements, your adventures, your interests. Follow Gratz and help us amplify our work. Share with others what you have learned and how you grew from your Gratz experience. I recently asked one of Gratz's major donors, alumnus Gene Hoffman, why Gratz is so important to him. He replied very simply, Gratz saved my life. To express his gratitude and to make it possible for more students to access a Gratz education, Mr. Hoffman made a generous pledge for this year's Power Up Gratz campaign. With his gift, we will be able to match every donation dollar for dollar up to $50,000 so that we together can raise up to $100,000 or more in tuition scholarship for our students. So you can honor a graduate or faculty member who made a difference for you with a gift of any size, and you can help us unlock that generous pledge. So graduates, it is my pleasure. Now alumni, I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Congratulations once again to all our graduates and their families who joined us today. We know that it takes a community, and on behalf of the entire Gratz family, we applaud all of you. Enjoy this moment. You have earned it. Guests, please wait until our faculty, Board of Governors, and now graduates have exited the theater. Please find your family members outside the theater. We invite you to join us for refreshments across the street at the gazebo, and staff will be able to assist you further in finding it. And as we say at Gratz College, congrats.